Thank you for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Today we are making freeze-dried apple chips. So we have our Fuji apples, and what we are going to do is we are going to peel the tops a little bit and the bottoms a little bit because my super snazzy KitchenAid core peeler slicer thingy doesn't do a good job right around the core like that. We're going to load it onto our KitchenAid gizmo and turn it on. All right, then we are going to unload our beautiful apple slices. Okay. And we are literally just going to easy peasy slice them in half that way. If there's ever any pieces of core that ended up on the inside of your apple, you can cut it out, break it out, whatever is easier for you, but you're not going to want to eat those in your chips. Once you have your apple slices laid out, we are going to spray them with a lemon juice and water mixture. You can also use citric acid. This is just to keep them from turning brown and looking unappetizing. Even brown, they're still going to taste the same. They're still going to be good, but they're not going to look so appealing. What you can also do before you get to this stage is toss them in cinnamon or brown sugar or whatever you would like to add a little extra flavor to your snack. But we are going to leave these just plain. Here we are a couple days later. Our apple slices have frozen. So now we're going to freeze dry them. The first thing we're going to do is check our settings. Not there. We're going to hit customize and make sure that we don't have any of the candy mode things going on. So 125 degrees is the standard setting. I have it set for 12 hours of extra dry time. So we're good there, and I'm just going to hit start and let it start cooling down the vacuum chamber. While it's doing that, I'm going to move my apple slices onto my freeze dryer trays. So I have them set up in layers that are ripping. So that's going to be fun. We'll do that off camera. But I'm going to move these onto the trays so when the vacuum chamber is cool, we can get going. Our freeze dryer has been cooling down for 17 minutes. So it says load trays into freeze dryer, close drain valve. So that's what we're going to do. You'll notice I left the paper on one of the trays. And really that's just to prove to you that I can. I know I can. We do it all the time. And what that is, it's just like deli paper. So really thin, isn't going to make a lot of difference. So we're going to load in all of our trays. Apples have a very high water content. They are going to take a while. So we're going to close it up, close our drain valve back here. We're going to hit continue. And it's going to start the freezing process. Once the temperature drops down to 0, might be -20, but once the temperature drops down to wherever that line is, that's when our vacuum pump is going to kick on, and it's going to start pulling all the moisture out of our apples. It's been 25.5 hours, and I say that because I'm going to tell you they were done in about 10. The machine said they were done in 10. This was a very small load. You saw we did just pretty much a single layer scattered on the tray. It was not a heavy tray full load. So it didn't take very long. However, still got to work, still got to do things, still got to make dinner, all the life things, right? So we had pre-programmed that extra dry time. And then as maybe you can see, you've got arrows that you can add more time if you're still not ready. So I got home, still had a little bit of time left, so added some time because I wanted to make dinner and sit on the couch first. So we've had dinner, we've sat on the couch, now it's time to finish our apples. So we're going to hit cancel, and it is in the extra drying time. It thinks it's done. And we're going to make sure our hose is not in a bucket of water, and we're going to open the valve. Not sure if you can hear it, but it's sucking all the air in. It's depressurizing. And you can see from there the line shrinking as it comes looser off the door. The door's not sucked in anymore. And then We're going to pull out our trays. Actually, I didn't need oven mitts because we just had it at the 125. So here's our apples, and they should all be really crispy. One thing you want to check for is if there's any cold spots, they're not done and they need to go back in. I don't feel any cold spots, and this is off the bottom tray. Your bottom tray is never going to dry as fast as the higher trays, the upper trays. So if your bottom tray is good, the rest of them probably are too, but you still want to check them. Everything feels good. So these are going to be snacks. They are not going to last very long, so I don't need to put them in a regular Mylar bag. What I'm putting them in is essentially a snack bag. They'll look appetizing in here and remind me I want to eat good food and not junk. So we're going to put them in our snack bags. And I am going to put an oxygen absorber in here with them. But that is it. It's just loading our bags, quality testing. So I'll see you in a minute when I'm all done with this. So we did the one where we still left it on the paper, and the paper makes it so much easier to get it back off the tray. So they still dried. There's no cold spots. They taste perfect. So the paper might be the better way to go. Harvest Right does sell the tray liners, and those do the same thing as far as making it really easy to get the food off the trays. However, it does also act, those are like silicone mats. So it also acts as sort of an insulator. So it takes a little bit longer to dry because the heat coming up through the bottom of the trays on here has to go through that silicone too. So, but yeah, so the deli sheets, great thing. Made it very easy to pull all of these off the tray. And putting those between the layers made it possible for me to stack more and prep more in the freezer than I had trays for. So dual purpose and worked out great. Now that we're done unloading our trays, we've checked everything, nothing needs to any more time added. We are going to defrost our drum here. So we're going to close the door. The drain valve is open, the hose is in the bucket. So keep drain valve open, remove product, close door, continue. And so what it's going to do is it's going to heat up the trays, which is going to heat up the whole area in the drum, and all this ice. This is the moisture it pulled out of my apples. All that ice is going to thaw out and go down the drain. Okay, so I'm just using these little oxygen absorbers. Because these are going to be eaten soon, we probably don't even need them. But we're going to use these little ones anyway. So what I did, I cut open the bag of oxygen absorbers and resealed it after I took the ones I need out, so that the rest of them in that pack do not go bad. And then I'm going to put one of these in each of my apple bags, seal them up. I do like the resealable bags, especially for anything that you're going to snack on, or if you're freeze drying things in bulk. So for instance, we got a ton of sour cream on sale once. So we freeze dried that, powdered it, and put it in resealable pint Mylar bags, not the clear fronted ones. Those were like full on real Mylar bags that'll keep food good for years. These will keep food good with a clear front for a couple months. Maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe longer with the oxygen absorber and sealed up. But these are going to be snacks very soon. So that's it. So oxygen absorber, sealed up. This is the impulse sealer that came with the Harvest Right. So it does a great job at sealing your Mylar bags, even your like kind of fakey Mylar bags like these with the clear front. But that's all there is to it. Scrumptious apple chips to snack on for the next few months.